if you have important information to share with your customer or your client, you need to say it ideally 3 times. If not possible, then at least twice. If you're just saying it once, it's going to cause you a lot of problems, and I'm going to share what that is. So what am I talking about? When we go to a big company and they have a certain offer that's going on, they'll always have a little asterisk at the bottom that says you only qualify if you purchase at least this minimum amount, or you need to be at least 18 years of age, or it's buy one, get one free, but you have to buy 5 to get 2 free, or whatever that is. It's usually a really small asterisk at the bottom of either the website or a flyer or whatever it is. So it's common for people to miss it, and then you go to the store, purchase this, and you're supposed to get a gift card. $5 gift card. And he's like, oh, but I'm not getting a gift card. And they say, oh, because you have to actually purchase this and do this, and these are all the requirements. You get really irritated. So as a small business, doesn't matter if this is a service or a product, if we have several options. In services, we have a lot of different packages you can purchase, but there's certain qualification requirements. Don't just put an asterisk at the bottom once. You want to say this information 3 times, either on the flyer or the website, so that when people read it, they get to see it multiple times. Same thing with a product. If you're putting this information about a sale or whatever it is, make sure it's very clear. You say it ideally 3 times, at least twice somewhere in that setting that they're reading it. So if it's on the website, it must be 2 or 3 times on the website itself or web page itself. And if it's a physical thing, it should be 2 or 3 times on that physical piece of paper as well. So we're going to talk about why you should do that and what problems it has caused me in the past and where you can put all this information, how you can phrase it, all of these details coming up shortly. Hi, my name is Fauzia, and I'm not a business coach. I'm a business owner sharing my personal experiences to help you out in your own small business. So I have a service business called Defense Ninjas. I'll put a website link below if you want to take a look. And in this business, I am currently creating a flyer. I'm starting classes, new information for teens, adults, kids, and everything. It's a lot of information because what I teach is very unique in terms of self-defense. So I want them to understand these different packages, which is unique. It's a unique thing. They haven't seen this before. This is not what normal martial arts and self-defense instructors teach. So I want to repeat certain things a few times. Let me share with you this example. Okay, so if you look at this, I have 4 tiers, and not all of them apply to everybody. In this case, this basic tier is only available for teens and adults, 13 plus. So let's just talk about this one, for example. So I put that there, that it's 13 plus. And then when you come down here, I put it here as well, that this is only available for teens and adults. Now there is a requirement here as well. This is not for everybody. You will need approval. And then if you come down here, I say same thing, permission required. Okay, now this is only twice. I can obviously say it a 3rd time. For example, I could put an asterisk here. If I only have 2 pages, put an asterisk here at the bottom and then explain. Okay. In this case, I do have 3 pages. So potentially on the 3rd page, I would somewhere find a decent way to repeat this. So the reason why we want to do this, I'll explain that in a little bit, but let me just show you different ways of doing this. Okay. So now if you notice, I put here a different language than I put here. Okay, different language, that there's a difference there. But at the same time, there's consistency. It says note here. It says note here. It's on the top. It's on the top. The first sentence is bolded. The first sentence is bolded. So how do you make that decision about when to be different, when to be consistent? And here's a little fun way to think about it. The statement itself, when you're saying it, the verbiage can and personally should change. That's what I believe. If we say the same thing in many different ways, people understand it better. So here's an example. Approval. It's the same as permission, but I say approval here, and then I say permission here. Look at that. And then required. I say required, and I say need right here. And there's more. There's more. I say to qualify. So qualification, approval, permission. So I say it in different ways so it clicks. So that's where I need variability Ideally, I think this is very helpful for people. Same thing here. I say 13 plus. Okay, so that's the minimum age, 13. So it's pretty obvious that that means teens and adults. But when I say teens and adults, it just clicks differently for people visually. So that's where you want some variation. Try and explain the same thing in a different way so that it really registers for people. What you want to keep the same is location, font, that kind of stuff, where logistically, where does it go? Because now when I'm reading this, let's say I start reading with this, I say, oh, all the important information is always written as a note and it's bolded and it's on the top. Okay, so I want to do the private one. So the information is going to be as a note, bolded on the top, boom. But if here, for example, if I say, okay, I'm going to put this here, I'm going to say note, please call, or whatever. Well, 7 different issues here. If I say, okay, I want to do, okay, this is consistent, this, oh, it doesn't seem like there's any requirement here because nothing there on the top. Okay, great, let's just go for it. People are going to miss this. They're going to miss this so that, no, actually you're supposed to do whatever this information is. Now, of course, I could still, there's multiple issues I haven't even bolded. So that's the other inconsistency. I could do this way. Even then, if people are scanning, people tend to scan a lot. This is a lot of information. So they're just going to look at the top. Okay, this doesn't look like it has any requirements. It's for everybody. This has a requirement. This has a requirement. Oh, this also doesn't have a requirement for everybody. But it does. Okay. So we want to make sure that all the information is found in the same location, area, in the same format. That's where you need consistency. So I hope that is clear. Okay. So why do we need to do this? Why is it important? I'm going to share my personal experience with you. When I share information once, and this especially applies even more so if your business is slightly unique. Okay, if I share this information once, what's going to happen, or what has happened, is that this customer or client will say, well, I didn't see this. So first you say it's $100 and now you say, no, it's $200. So you might say, okay, Fauzia, what's the big deal? You just tell them, oh, it was here. You can apologize. I apologize that you didn't see it. I'll do better whenever you fix it. Well, what's the big deal? Here's the big deal. Usually when customers come somewhere to buy a product or a service, where are they at? Kind of 50-50. I'm not sure. Maybe it's interesting. That's why I'm inquiring. That's why I'm looking at this flyer or the website. I don't know where I'm at. I'm trying to make a decision. So they're half and half. Now, once they make a decision, doesn't matter whose fault it is. They make the decision that I want to buy the cheapest package. And then they call you, register, whatever. They maybe even register online, however it is. And then they find out later, in the middle of the process of purchasing or already having purchased or whatever, that, oh, this doesn't apply for them. They need to pay more. They're going to get irritated. Doesn't matter whose fault it is. They're going to be irritated. So now an irritated potential customer, how likely are they to do business with you? Not very likely. So why bring that level of irritation in the first place? So minimum 2 places you want to put this information. If you are very unique and you're putting a lot of information, there's a lot to share, ideally you would do it 3 times. Especially if there is a lot of information, and especially if your business is different and unique than other similar businesses. That will just avoid you from losing customers, and it will also avoid a lot of time spent by either you or a team member explaining, doing conflict resolution, and that's a lot of money wasted too, because you're paying somebody, or even your time is money. So those are the reasons why I say, why deal with the headache? Because then I lose time, I lose money, I lose sanity over just being stubborn about putting it in one additional place. So that's my recommendation. Any important information that people really need to know that can make them irritated if they don't read it right or don't get it right. Let's try to not follow the norm. I'm guilty of that. I'll say, oh, what's the norm? Sometimes that works. Sometimes if I have to say pricing and I put $2 signs or $5 signs, we know through Google Maps, people are used to that. $5 signs means it's more expensive restaurant. $2 signs means it's cheap. So sometimes some norms help you. Sometimes some norms don't help you. If a big business has put an asterisk and you're irritated, guess what? You're still going to go do business with the big business. It's a big business. It's everywhere. It doesn't affect them if one customer chooses to never shop with them, and that's very unlikely to happen anyway. But for a small business, it does affect you if one customer doesn't come and they spread that word. And customers and clients are more likely to fight a smaller business. than they are to fight a much large Fortune 500 corporation. So keeping those things in mind, I hope this helps you, and I will see you in the next video.